I find it really hard to stay happy, motivated and healthy in the winter times, especially here in the northern hemisphere. The weather can be really dreadful, and so it takes a lot more energy to get up in the morning and be productive. Although my job doesn't require me to do anything from home, as I work in a coffee place, I still want to achieve things on the daily. So here are some of the habits I've been implementing lately. First of all, taking time to make myself a coffee to start my day really helps to cheer me up if it's all grey and rainy outside. I believe that having a regular morning routine where I do the same things every single day allows me to be more stable and happy. On a work day, I would then jump on my bike and head to the cafe, but on a day off, I try to do something I enjoy first thing in the morning, like reading or starting a new creative project to boost me to do the chores later. I've really been enjoying to play music on the record player lately. It definitely takes more time than just connecting my phone to the speakers, but it's also very meditative and enjoyable when the music starts to play. I find dancing around in the living room really fun and joyful too. As I mentioned earlier, making myself a coffee in the morning is a big part of my routine, and what I love the most about it is probably that it's very meditative. You can't really do anything else on the side, which allows me to take it slow in the morning. I tend to be a chaotic person, over multitasking and starting 10 things at a time, so it really helps me to stay focused on one task first thing in the morning. I also believe that we choose to dedicate time to the things we do daily. For me, there isn't such thing as not having time. It's more not taking the time for something that is irrelevant to me. Throughout the day, I try to make sure that I choose to take the time for the things that really matter to me and bring me joy. For example, I've been trying to catch some sun as soon as it comes out instead of thinking, I'll do it later, because usually the sky gets grey and I get frustrated. So I'll make myself a coffee and go for a walk or just stand in the sun in front of our building, soaking it all in. Street lights, car rides, to spots that no one knows. Having a warm breakfast is also a good start in the day for me. We make porridge a lot in the winter, with oats, fruits, nuts, nut butter, protein powder and some oil. That usually keeps me full until lunch, which is important because I can get pretty hangry when I don't eat. And I think it also gives you perspective on regrets. For me, this is what the book is about. Since we don't have a balcony, we sit by the window and pretend to have breakfast in the garden. It's a nice little moment where we can enjoy the blue sky too. Journaling has been a habit of mine for a really long time now, and I do get lazy with it sometimes, but I've noticed that the more I stick to it, the more I feel organized and then less overwhelmed by certain tasks. I also try to keep my home tidy and make sure my plants are happy and healthy. I got these two from a friend of mine who moved away, and I really hope that they'll be happy in my home. Another habit that I started in COVID times is baking sourdough bread. It's quite a humbling practice as I'm still a beginner, but I really enjoy the process of it, and when the loaf comes out of the oven, it's just so rewarding. I would really like to implement it in my daily routine, so if anyone has some tips for me, I'd love to know how you do it. I try to cook a nice warm dinner most days to nurture my body, and tonight I'm making some roasted vegetables with curcuma rice and smoked tofu. I start by chopping the veggies and then I blend the Brussels sprouts for a couple of minutes, which takes the bitter taste away. I put everything on a tray with some oil and a lot of spices, because I love spices. Here there is some cumin, some salt and pepper, some paprika and some rosemary. And I put it all in the oven for about 40 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. For the curcuma rice, I cook some rice with water and add a teaspoon of curcuma at the beginning. For me, this is really childhood, as my mom used to do this a lot when I was a kid. I love the color of the rice when it's cooked, and also the nice curcuma taste. When everything is cooked and ready, I just combine it all in a bowl and top it up with some pan-fried tofu and some hummus plus some seeds, and usually enjoy that with my boyfriend, or in that case I was home alone, so I was watching YouTube videos. We've had a lot of sun lately, which really lit up my mood, and the bread also turned out pretty nice the next day, which made me happy. Before I leave, I'd like to introduce you to Brie van der Kamp. And I hope you enjoyed this week's video, and I wish you a great week filled with positive energy and some sun.